Newsfirst, Newsline with Faraz Shaukutali.
And a very good evening to you and a warm welcome to Newsline Live. My guest this evening is an executive committee member of the NPP, of which, of course, the JVP is a component member. And he's none other than, after a very long time, Mr. Wasantha Samarasinghe. A very good evening to you, Mr. Samarasinghe. Welcome to Newsline Live.
Thank you very much for inviting, and very good evening to you. For us, after a long time, we have to have a chance to...
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
So, what's the state of play here in our country then?
I think we have to discuss so many things.
So many issues?
Issues in the country.
Okay.
In budget, IMF, and the president's policies, strategies, and all the political parties set up their next levels, and cost of living, and privatization. That means privatization. So many things I have to discuss. And first of all, I would like to point out to what your Twitter was yesterday. I read out and I saw you point out about the Political Donation Act.
Yes,
that
yes, that's right.
I think we have talked about previously also. That should be that so many countries have that kind of act. Then now we have a chance to bring it to the Parliament, but I don't know whether you can raise it and forward and talk about that.
I mean, obviously, the political donations law, if they bring such an act in, will sort out, it's the key to sorting out corruption at a very high level.
Of course, if there is that kind of law, there may be some protection to protect the public money. That because so many political parties and politicians get caught to the corrupted, even in our present cabinet and state ministries, they are with the victimized for the corrupted issues and court cases, but still they are in the cabinet.
But that's a long way off, a Political Donations Act, and I think it's something that any party worth its salt should try and bring in to play and implement it. But, you know, in Sri Lanka right now, our economy is still in a mess. And the title for tonight's program is whether political strategies will help Sri Lanka's economy. Do you think it will?
Yeah, Paras, then we have deeply considered about the question you raised here. Regarding that, we have faced a very crucial economic crisis in this situation. That economic crisis create political crisis also as well. Then the so many changes, Aragalaya, also demanding, accepting there should be a system change, that because so many corrupted issues raised during the Aragalaya, and they fight to change the system. Unfortunately, Prime Minister and again Minister, Mr. Vikramasinghe become a Prime Minister. After that, he become a President right now with the Finance Ministry. But we can't take it up any single solution to sort out this economic crisis.
But is there any plan for a dollar earning strategy to put in place now? Because that's what we need.
Within last 4 months, 120 days, he nominated as a Prime Minister. He got an oath from President Gotabaya. 13th May. After 2 months, he became a president. Today, 13th of September. Within last 4 months, we couldn't find out any proper plan to earn in dollars or bring in dollars to sort out our economic crisis. But within last 4 months, he was in the power until he couldn't give any answer. How can he bring the dollars? How can he sort out this economic crisis? Without dollar income is increased, all the cases will remain. All the crises will remain. Food crisis, production crisis, job crisis, and farmers' issues, and fisheries issues, everywhere.
But don't they feel for the people of this country? Don't they feel that the people are suffering? And there is definitely a food crisis going on now.
Yeah, of course. The food crisis is a very serious situation right now. As a presenter, you have a good job right now, no? But
well, I hope so, because otherwise, you know, HR will get angry with me.
No, really.
Very good job, thank you.
Really.
Yeah.
Really, as you think about it personally, in how it is feel to your pocket.
Well, it's
then one eggs become 50 rupees.
Yeah.
Chicken 1 kg become more than 1,500 rupees.
Yeah.
So all the cost more than double. Then now the institute and your management should increase your salary as it is. Otherwise you can't face the problem. But the institute also, the company also can't bear this kind of inflation. The inflation, the government making it double day by day. That because of their printing money, and they don't have a proper plan. They don't have a proper plan, and Wickramasinghe also doesn't have that kind of plan.
But a lot of people say that, oh look, now the trouble's a little bit better because, you know, we've got 20 litres of petrol.
You see, in the three-wheel drivers, we have nearly more than 1 million. More than 1 million. Daily they are getting to work to earn money for their families.
Yes, 62% of the working population are daily wage.
And how the three-wheel drivers are getting 20 litres per month.
20 litres a month.
20 a month. How can they survive?
So it's 5 litres a week.
1 litre per day. Only 20 kilometers per day. How can they earn? How can they live? But the state ministers getting more than 2,000 litres. 2,000 litres.
And we've got 37 of them.
Yeah, again it will be increased day by day. Just like inflation going high, the state ministers also going high, again will be cabinet ministers also will high. All the burden bear by the people. All these burden, the ministers, cabinet ministers, state ministers, and their cost, all the cost borne, they are transferring to the people. They are increasing VAT and other taxes and all the things, electricity bill, water bill, fuel bill, everything are increases. But the people are burdened, the government doesn't have a proper plan, and they didn't address the inflation issue. It's very difficult, and the food crisis will remain. That because of the fertilizer issue.
Well, tell me about that fertilizer issue, because people think that now that Gotha's gone and all that, the fertilizer is fine, but I know that it's not.
The thing is, Faraz, we will going to start Maha season in next month.
Yeah.
We don't have fertilizer. Government are telling we will give the 10,000 for one 50 kg bag.
Right.
10,000 rupees. Earlier, it was 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees earlier. But right now, people doesn't have money to purchase. But the main thing is still we didn't bring fertilizer to Sri Lanka.
The price of fertilizer, the normal price, would be approximately 360,000 rupees a ton.
Yeah.
Before, it was 7,000 rupees.
Of course, that's why.
So if you want to reduce the price of rice,
definitely we have to give the fertilizer to the farmer.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
but they can't. Let alone the actual price is about 18,000.
Yeah.
But the paddy farmers are being given it at 10,000.
The government are proposed to give the 10,000. Okay. Still, they can't get the fertilizer.
Oh, so you mean the fertilizer hasn't come in?
Hasn't come in the country.
Right.
Then how can we sort out the food crisis? Not only the rice, vegetable, and other agriculture sectors and export sectors. We have damaged all the agriculture sectors, seriously damaged it, and we are facing it day by day. It will be crucial situation near future in the food culture, food security.
So Sri Lanka is and its people are facing a crisis of significant proportions. It is against the UN Charter actually gives you the right to life and the right to food and so on. But even that right is now going by the wayside. So what should the government do? I mean, do they have a plan? What about or are
right
we just
now
waiting for the IMF?
Entire government with Wickramasinghe,
Yeah.
they are accepting the IMF will come and they will give the dollar, they will sort out our crisis. Do you believe it?
No, because that's not the way the IMF works.
Have you seen what the IMF proposal?
No, I haven't.
Then, you may remember when the Wickramasinghe was MP.
Yeah.
We have seen in your news channel also.
Yeah.
The Basil Rajapaksa, he was a former finance minister.
Yeah.
With the discussion presidents, the Wickramasinghe question finance minister, where is the draft document you are discussing with the IMF? You should have even present to the parliament. Right now, Wickramasinghe become a president with the finance minister. If he have a policy, Wickramasinghe, he should provide to the public that document. Even a parliament, even a cabinet doesn't know what are they agreed with the IMF. So I don't know how can we believe the government. Even they don't have a policy. Even Wickramasinghe doesn't have a policy. Right now, Wickramasinghe playing like a Basil. Previously, Basil rejected present the IMF draft document with the public.
Yeah.
Right now, Wickramasinghe behave like Basil Rajapaksa. He also not giving that to the public or parliament, even a cabinet. Then how can we believe IMF involvement? Can you believe it?
Perhaps, just in defense of our Minister of Finance and the President, perhaps there's nothing to show.
I think there are so many incidents behind the screen. That because you see, today and recently I saw some news and FB, some social media. In particular moment, we are talking about the IMF draft document and IMF agreement with the Sri Lankan government. We should have chance to visit that. No, even website, nothing. Then I saw governor of the central bank expose there's so many serious things and very sensitive things. That's why we are not declared to the public. When the people are worried, what will going to happen to us? I don't know. It will be not genuine discussion. That because on behalf of the Sri Lankan government, who are involved with the discussion? Governor of the central bank, secretary to the treasury, both of them getting pension from the IMF.
By virtue of their previous employment.
He was a previous employment. How can we believe they are genuinely work with the Sri Lankan government?
But the governor, what can he do? I mean, he worked there.
So he should have exposed to the public. They will go away. But the people of the Sri Lanka, they should have victimized this.
But is there, Sri Lanka has been 17 times to, this would be the 17th time, to the IMF. In the past, has any of these drafts been presented to Parliament or made public?
The thing was, for us, when that time, we doesn't have this kind of crisis. In this scenario, in this particular moment, we are talking about the public sector workers, cut down more than 30% public sector workers, and privatize all the public enterprises, more than 50 they have nominated, even a profitable institute, and increase the all prices to match the market level. That means increase the petrol and electricity bill also. So, In this particular movement, in private sector, they have mentioned about the law reform, labor law reform. Mr. Wickramasinghe presented to the parliament the budget, recently presented budget. They mentioned about the compensation act. That's also going to appeal. That's all. We have so many crises to sort out. Then people are willing. There should be a protection to the people. Government should behave to protect the people. That's why the question is, in this particular movement, the people should know what is going to happen to us in the next time, tomorrow, with the IMF. That's the thing.
And on that note, let's go for a quick break and take a peek at this evening's headline news. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukutali.
Newsfirst headlines. Main sponsor.
Anka ege araksita itigini petti. Surya gini petti.
A combined mechanism for food security and nutrition in Sri Lanka. Asian champions return to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka accused of economic crimes at UNHRC. Ali Sabri rejects the allegations. Health professionals warn of worsening medicine shortage.
අවුරුදු ලේඛනයේ පිටු 150 200ක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි මේකේ සියල්ලම වගේ තියෙන්නේ ඔබට පේනවා ඇති බිඳුව තමයි තියෙන්නේ.
සමහර ඖෂධ වර්ග ගෙන්වීම හිතාමතාම ප්‍රමාද කිරීමක් අපි සමහර තැන්වලදී දකිනවා.
Sri Lanka to review public service recruitment process. Nightlife in Macau in Manila. Diana reveals her plans to boost revenue. Indigenous leader appeals for the release of detained student activists.
යුද්ධයට මන්දු කරපු නීති තමයි මේ අත්තන්ට පාවිච්චි කරන මන්දු කරලා තියෙන්නේ.
Newsfirst headlines. Main sponsor.
Anka ege araksita itigini petti. Surya gini petti. Lovatama eliya denna dilena Surya. Amataka vennem නැති නමගේ Surya. Kohotin දැල්වෙන ගිනි කුර Surya. කවදත් නමගත් ගිනි පෙට්ටි Surya. කවදත් නමගත් ගිනි පෙට්ටි Surya. කවදත් කොතනත් සමගේ විශ්වාසය දිනාගත් අංක එකේ ආරක්ෂිත ඉටිගිනි පෙට්ටි Surya ගිනි පෙට්ටි.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukutali.
Welcome back to Newsline Live. A message from one of our viewers. I'm a pensioner and today I paid the water bill, more than double the previous bill, to avoid surcharge for late payment. Payment was made at a sub-post office and the best part is they charged me an additional amount of 20 rupees as payment fee, which was earlier only 5 rupees. How would be the other electricity, telecom bills, the land and mobile phones? People are suffering. The interest rate is 30%. What's happening to the small and medium enterprises?
That's why we earlier I raised regarding the cost of living issues. It was become a more than 3 times increase within last 6 months, 7 months. People can't bear. When the interest rate is going 30%, inflation will be more than 90%. So that's why I am pointed out here, Wickramasinghe should have a proper plan. I can't see he have any plan outcome this crisis, to sort out this crisis. Even we doesn't have a expose, then we doesn't have a mention to the public our plan with the debt crisis, repayment plan. The IMF also should have a great idea what are the repayment plan. Nothing.
But they won't give us money for Summa, will they?
They will, they will take it time to give the money. But the thing is, this cost of living issue will increase day by day. Unfortunately, we couldn't give any solution with the budget also. We are going to discuss next budget within November. what will happen? The same thing will happen. People will difficult in pensioners.
Somebody is talking about the lack of corn flour. It means that there's no triposha or very limited. This will mean that the children are already undernourished.
Yeah.
And some of these effects of malnutrition and undernourishment will only become apparent in a few years' time with stunted growth, with reduced IQ levels and so on. So this is a ticking time bomb. Sri Lanka's children who are undernourished now and lack the proper nutrition are going to, the after effects will be felt in a couple of 2 or 3 years' time.
Of course, Faraz. We are facing big crisis in this situation. As mentioned, we have a nutrition issue. We have a big education issues because we couldn't continue our education system. The people doesn't have a proper income to give their children food. Then first of all, we should start food program to the school. Otherwise, they will suffer. As you mentioned, within next 2-3 years, we will have a big trouble. We have to face a big trouble. Therefore, then in the world record, then our youngest are getting Asian Cup and cricket and netball. But in the inflation, we are in the world ranking.
What will the
nutrition issues? We are in the world ranking.
There is several questions about this, so maybe we should ask you this. There is some expectation that the party that you represent, the MPP, will receive several more seats than you all have now. So what is your plan for jump-starting the economy?
Thank you for the question, Faraz. Really, we are not accepting seats more than this time. That remaining, we have 3 seats. We are not accepting 7 or 10 or 20 or 25. We are talking with the people in grassroots level to.
Okay, but what? And so you think you believe you all will end up?
Then we have a plan.
And what is that plan to?
The plan means we should get a power. Otherwise, this situation will not change.
Okay, but let's say you have power in March or in April or whenever. But what will you do if you were in power today? What would you all do to address this lack of dollars?
Of course. Then we have previously, before the last May, that means 2021, last May, we received a remittance more than 600 million per month.
Yeah.
You go to the Google and you can check it in today in 2075, 2000, less than 300.
Yeah.
We are losing 300 million per month.
How will the NPP
that because
increase
why?
that?
The people doesn't believe, they didn't believe this political situation, this political culture, this politician. That's why Aragalaya also demanding there should be the change, system change. Then we should have a new mandate. Otherwise, people will not believe this Ranil Wickramasinghe or Rajapaksa's regime. This Ranil Rajapaksa's can't address
But how will you get the vote? You can't tell the people, look, don't believe them, but believe us. But what is us? What is our plan?
That because then we are appeal to the people. You can read us, you can read about us, you can watch about us, you can trust about what we have behaviors, what our past practice, and what we are doing in the current situation. The people are getting understand about these 2 political parties who have ruled the country in previously.
Yes, I know, but Wasantha, give me one plan to increase the dollars. Apart from, the remittances, you say that because of confidence, you will receive more. But what about exports? What will you do? Which of the key economic areas will you
that's why we have a economic plan. We have already exposed to the country. In NPP website you can read out it and you can find out and you can give the suggestion.
And what is the NPP website?
NPP.lk, yes.
NPP, www.npp.lk.
Okay. Then first of all we have addressed in short time and long time. In short time we have to address the remittance and tourism and service sector. And long time we have so many plans. how we can build and how we can build a trust and increase the dollar income.
Right. This question is not a joke, but somebody is pointing out that if you want to increase additional revenue of dollars, perhaps we should allow the growing of ganja for medicinal purposes. What do you say about that? Will your government do that?
I think people have so many ideas.
Yeah.
But all the ideas should have a practical.
Is this practical?
I don't believe because of the if we believe we can harvest in ganja.
Yeah.
I don't know then where we can believe accept in our export. I don't know because so many countries. Who are the country legalize the farming? They have enough farming. Then we can't believe it. Entire country we will go into.
Would the NPP support such a move?
I don't think so. That because we are not planning that kind of way. Okay. We have a good country. We have a beautiful country. We have a beautiful sea. We are very geologically. We are place in very important place in the world.
But nothing is being done to harvest the value of our geographical location.
That because of the corrupt politician. This corrupt political situation and politicians are not allowed to grow the country.
Are you aware that when the last government gave away the Hambantota port because they said they can't afford it, the Chinese paid $1.2 billion dollars to the SLPA, and then the money was parked in a special reserve account. But that money was not used to repay the Chinese loan. It was used for consumption.
We have to have a discussion again regarding this issue, but yes. Shortly I will tell you. We got more than $1.2 billion.
Yeah.
We have to enough $600 million for build the East Jetty, ECT, and West Jetty, $700 million, but nothing we used to build that.
You're absolutely right. We need to come back with another program because we've now run out of time.
Yeah.
But Wasantha Samarasinghe, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for us.
Perhaps somebody will invite you on Face the Nation, and we have more time.
Of course, welcome, and I believe we have to talk to so many things regarding these IMF proposals and what we are going to do. They are talking about only sale, not talking about how to create dollar income, how to increase the country's wealth, and how to sort out our issues. Then Wickramasinghe doesn't have a plan, country doesn't have a plan. That's why we are inviting people we will get together and fight to ask in the general election for a new mandate. After that, we can build the country. Strongly, we believe that is the way, otherwise there is no alternative.
Wasantha Samarasinghe, thank you very much for being on Newsline Live. It's now time for the primetime news. Take care, have a great evening, and as always, God bless you all.